Hi, Kevin. Congratulations on being selected as the Inspiring STEM Executive of the Year by the K-12 STEM Symposium.
Thank you.
How does this award make you feel?
I think it gives me an immense sense of pride. It's something that supporting STEM is something that we do here throughout LGS. It's something that our entire industry does. And for the symposium to recognize me and frankly our colleagues here in their support is quite an honor.
Great. Congrats again. Just a couple questions if you have a minute. From your perspective, why is STEM so important to students today?
I think STEM is important across the board, whether you're going into finance, you're going into engineering, you're going into the medical community and in pharmaceuticals, in healthcare. Just about everything requires some aspect of STEM. We live in an increasingly technical world. And so too often we narrow STEM, thinking about STEM education for those kids that are engineering minded or those that are going to be scientists. But I think it's important because it's applicable in a whole host, a wide variety of jobs. And it's important that we create that foundation at an early age.
Mm-hmm. Now you yourself have engineering degrees, come from an engineering background, and yet you've also become kind of a corporate executive.
Right.
Obviously, LGS has a lot of scientists and engineers on board, but also other kinds of personnel as well. I guess you would favor some STEM exposure for everyone that works in the Washington area, really.
I do, and it particularly helps in our industry. We're in the defense and intelligence industry, providing solutions to very hard problems in that space. And then oftentimes we find our mission partners, the government customers of ours, in a technical battle with their adversaries. And giving them a technical advantage is something that really is part of our mission and our core. And to do that, it all starts with a good solid grounding and a foundation in engineering, mathematics, and science.
Great. And I know that LGS offers several programs to promote STEM. LGS matches donations that its employees incur when they're helping their son or daughter's teams join robotics clubs or whatever in school. LGS offers scholarships for STEM scholars. Intern awards for the best and brightest that you guys like to hire. What kinds of impact have you seen those programs have on LGS as a company?
Well, the whole purpose of those programs not only is to put some additional weight behind our mission to support these STEM programs, but also to encourage our employees to get personally involved, and that's really the way we've positioned those. You know, if you're encouraging your child, if you're encouraging a high school robotics team or a cyber patriot team, or you're sponsoring a senior project at the university level, we know that it takes time and it takes money to get these programs off the ground and to keep them moving. And so what we do is we encourage our employees to get involved personally. If we see their involvement, we'll follow through with a little bit of cash to help grease the wheels and make these systems run.
Good deal. Do you also, outside of LGS and your role here leading this company, support STEM in your local community?
I do. I've been a mentor for local STEM programs. I've given my own financial support to these programs and helped to meet with those who are mentoring teams to encourage them to expose the students to a broader range, not just what they're working on, but a broader range of engineering and math challenges within their field. I've taken the time to go to our local high school where my children attend classes and encourage both the principal to support the local STEM programs in the school, but also go directly to the teachers who have volunteered their time to coach a mathematics team or a robotics team, or just to sponsor a board game club to those kids that want to create the next generation of fun scientific games, and express to them what a difference it makes in the child's life as they matriculate through high school into college and then into their career. Those early days of having that one inspirational leader can make a huge difference.
Would you say that's made a difference in your kids' lives and academic careers?
Oh, definitely, definitely.
How about your own childhood background? What led you first to get excited about STEM and engineering?
You know, I was one of those kids that took everything apart from an early age. My mother would tell stories that the easiest way to entertain me was to dump a box of Legos out onto the floor, and I would sit there for hours. So I was naturally mechanically minded, but as I learned to use tools, I was that kid that took everything apart because I wanted to see how it worked. And in the early days, some of it went back together correctly,
Right.
Much of it didn't. But But I had one of those teachers. I had a physics teacher in high school who would, in a very passionate way, exemplify physics as she was teaching it to us. She would dress up like Isaac Newton and ride her skateboard down the hallway juggling apples to teach us conservation of momentum. Or she would, when we were learning about trajectory and mass, she would bring us out in the parking lot and we would launch water balloons with large slingshots and have to try to calculate the trajectory and the distance. So I had somebody who really demonstrated her own personal passion for teaching STEM. And it was something I never forgot as I went through the rest of my schooling and then into my career, about the ability to impact someone's life in such a
Any other thoughts about the importance of STEM in our national competitive profile?
You know, we live in a very entrepreneurial society and an entrepreneurial nation, and entrepreneurs are looking for that combination of innovation and capital to create something new, something game-changing, something that's really going to change the world. It can be STEM related, but in most cases has some roots back into science, engineering, math, some type of technology associated with it. It has been what has fueled the capitalist system here, the ability to create game-changing ideas, new efficiencies, improve quality of life. So I think we're blessed to have that as a foundation within our capital system, but it also provides, I think, a nice support system from all different walks of life, all different types of industry supporting STEM education, because frankly, as we like to say it here, it feeds the machine. It keeps it going, keeps that next generation passionate and inspired to enter into these fields.
Well, thank you very much, Kevin, and congratulations again on your selection as the Inspiring STEM Executive of the Year.
Great, thank you.